Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited to be bringing you a traditional recipe from central Mexico. This tortilla soup recipe is warming, it's hearty, and it is so yummy. Because I'm a plant-based channel, I'm going to show you how to make the plant-based version of traditional chicken tortilla soup. But I promise you no one is going to miss the meat because this recipe is every bit as delicious as the meat-based version. Welcome to Kat's Vegan Kitchen. Let's get started. We're going to start by preparing our ancho chili. This is what gives this soup a delicious, rich, and slightly smoky flavor. Ancho chili is one of the three holy trinity peppers of Mexican cooking: ancho, mulatto, and pasilla. If you don't have ancho chilies in your local supermarket, you should. Usually they'll sell a dried ancho chili, but if you don't have that, I will link in the description below where you can order these. We're going to stem and seed the chili pepper by cutting off the stem, then pulling the chili pepper apart with our fingers and gently removing the seeds. Because our ancho chili is dried, we have to soak it while we're preparing our other ingredients. I am using 2 ancho chilies for this recipe. Now, ancho chilies are not the spiciest chili. They're actually considered kind of mild, but this soup is going to be a little bit spicy, so if you don't like spice, just be aware that maybe you want to use a little bit less of the ancho chili. The base of our soup is actually pretty basic. It's made out of 3 roasted vegetables: roasted Roma tomatoes, roasted garlic, and roasted onion. You're going to use 8 Roma tomatoes. You are going to start by slicing them in half, carefully remove the seeds, and then cut them into quarters and put them into a mixing bowl. Next, take half a decent sized yellow onion, remove the skin of course, and cut it into about 6 pieces. Separate the pieces and throw it into your mixing bowl. You know how garlic is, it comes in different shapes and sizes per clove. For this, I'm using 2 larger cloves of garlic and 4 smaller cloves of garlic. So the equivalent of about 4 medium cloves of garlic. I'm going to toss that in my mixing bowl with the skins on it. I'm going to pour about 1 to 2 tablespoons of avocado oil over my vegetables and sprinkle them with salt. I use avocado oil because it has a high smoke point, which means it won't burn while we're broiling it. That's super important for both taste and for your health. Toss your vegetables to coat them with the oil salt mixture, and then spread them out on a baking pan lined with parchment paper. Turn the outside of the tomato up because it's going to roast the skin, which is going to give it a really nice flavor. I'm going to put this in the broiler under low broil for about 15 minutes. Keep an eye on your vegetables. You don't want them to scorch, you just want them to roast. I have my oven tray at about the middle of the oven. I want you to take the bowl that you tossed your vegetables in and put it off to the side because we're going to use that in a little bit. While my veggies are roasting, I'm going to make up 5 cups of vegan chicken broth. The vegan chicken broth you choose to use is going to make all the difference. This brand, better than Bouillon, is the best vegan chicken broth you can find. It's hard to find in the store, so I will link in the description below where you can order it. It is worth it, I promise, but any vegan chicken broth will do. Traditional tortilla soup has shredded chicken. So for this recipe, I like to replace the chicken with jackfruit because you can shred it and it gives a nice, delicate flavor. Make sure you use the jackfruit that is in water or brine, not in syrup. I like to start by just ripping the jackfruit because it rips nicely into shreds, and then I take my knife and just cut up the larger chunks. For this recipe, I'm going to use 2 cans of jackfruit. Once your jackfruit is cut up, put it in a pan and put about a cup of your vegan chicken broth over it. We're going to let this simmer over low heat for about 20 minutes. My vegetables roasted for about 15 minutes, so I'm taking them out. They look beautiful. And now I just have to find those garlic cloves because remember, I didn't peel them. So I'm just going to dig in and pull the garlic off to the side. Now we're going to peel our garlic, but first we're going to let our vegetables cool a little bit so we don't burn our hands. Once the garlic is cooled, I'm going to carefully remove the outer covering. It should come right out. I'm gonna put my soaked ancho chili and all my roasted vegetables in my wonderful high-speed blender. If you don't have a high-speed blender, you can use a food processor, but you want to get this very smooth. I absolutely love my Vitamix and I use it all the time. A high-speed blender comes in really handy if you like to cook a lot. I will put a couple of my favorite high-speed blenders at different price points in the description below. I'm gonna pour my roasted vegetables, my roasted garlic, my ancho chili into my high-speed blender. Then I'm going to add about a half cup of the water that the ancho chili was soaking in and about a half cup of my vegan chicken broth. Now we want to blend this into a very smooth puree, so I'm going to start on low speed, gradually increasing until I don't really hear any more chunks being blended. And then I'm going to turn it to high speed and let it blend for about 20 seconds until I know I have a very smooth soup. Pour your blended roasted vegetables into a Dutch oven or soup pot and add about a teaspoon of salt. Heat that over medium-low heat for about 15 minutes at a simmer. That's going to reduce it down a little bit. Make sure you stir it every couple minutes so it doesn't burn or stick to the bottom of the pan. Next, we're going to go over to our jackfruit. We're going to add in about 2 tablespoons of tamari or soy sauce or Bragg's liquid amino acid, which is going to give it a nice umami flavor. Then we're going to add in 1 can of well-rinsed black beans. We're going to stir that and let it simmer for about another 5 minutes. Now this recipe is not the easiest recipe. It's a little bit complicated, but it's so worth it. This next step is making the tortilla chips that you're gonna put on top. If you wanna skip this step, you can always use a store-bought tortilla chip and just crumble it on top. But I think these add a really beautiful flavor. So I'm gonna start by taking 4 corn tortillas and I'm just going to cut them into strips. Kitchen scissors come in so handy, but if you don't have them, you can always cut them with a knife. Remember, we saved our bowl from the roasted vegetables. We're going to drop our tortilla strips in there and toss them around to coat them with the leftover oil and salt that were in the bowl. Now, traditionally, you can fry the tortilla strips for this soup, but I do try to keep things on the healthy side here in Kat's Vegan Kitchen, so today we're gonna bake these. Spread the tortilla strips out evenly, and sometimes I'll spritz them with a little bit of avocado oil. Then I'm going to bake them in my oven for anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes at 350 degrees. Make sure and watch them so you don't burn your tortilla strips. Notice how we've let our roasted vegetables cook down and they've become this beautiful burnt orange color. That's gonna really amplify the flavor of this soup. Now it's time to add in the rest of our ingredients. I'm going to add in the remaining vegan chicken broth, which is about 4 cups, and the jackfruit black bean mixture. I'm going to give it a good stir and let it simmer over medium-low heat for about 20 minutes. My soup is done simmering and it's time to put this delicious masterpiece together. Ladle a generous portion into your favorite soup bowl. The toppings are gonna make all the difference. I like to top mine with some green onions, some avocado, and some cilantro. And of course, some of my delicious baked tortilla strips. I cannot wait to dig into this delicious bowl of authentic tortilla soup, the vegan version. Remember, you can always find the full written recipe in the description below. And if you love this recipe, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe so you never miss a recipe. I hope to see you next time on Kat's Vegan Kitchen.